So I'm sure everybody here is familiar with Michael Saylor, and he's a big Bitcoin guy. He has been for a long time. And I will say this, I've been, happy that MicroStrategy has had this commitment to buying Bitcoin and not dumping it and continuing to essentially hold up the price of BTC. That's an exciting thing. Okay, I'm fine with that. But here's the thing. The problem is when you become so entrenched in so much of a maxi in an asset, you can do things that are detrimental to the crypto industry. And for example, his words yesterday do not help us out at all. And this unified front that we should have across all of crypto may have in fact been put in jeopardy. So he is obviously a huge BTC advocate, and he was discussing Ethereum. And what he said was that Ethereum is a security rather than a commodity. And he's predicting that there's going to be no spot Ethereum ETFs approved at all. What he said is it's very unlikely that they are ever going to authorize a spot Ethereum ETF product. Now, why this is a problem is because if you allow the SEC to get entrenched with crypto in general, they can dive further into the industry. Then you have a target on the back of things like ADA and some of these other coins that the SEC is clearly having their crosshairs from exchange to exchange to exchange. Now, is there an open case against ADA or Cardano? No, I don't think there will ever be. In fact, the original distribution of ADA is not like any of these other coins in the first place. It doesn't, it fails the Howey test. Okay. So there's zero chance of ADA ever actually being a security, which is a good thing. Now, what's interesting about this is he said that none of these security labeled altcoins will ever get to be wrapped by a spot exchange traded fund product. And this is just flat out false because, for example, with something like ADA, we've already seen spot ETF products launched abroad. We know that with Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of these other ones, there are active products being launched currently. And the US is not immune to the pressure from abroad, right? We're all trying to be economic superpowers. And if other countries are launching and taking advantage of these big ETF products that exist in different coins, I think at some point it's going to roll into the US regardless. And the SEC is going to lose their hold regardless. That's kind of the point I wanted to make here. So is this a problem for ADA? I would say no. And the reason why is, even in the short term, we felt a little bit of that pressure, right? I know I'm sure it's still sticking in some people's minds that the SEC has, tried to target ADA and mention them in reports before. But I think it's very telling that they haven't actually come after ADA. This is why I don't think that, this is why I don't think that it's going to be that big of a deal as we get further down the road. I think there's going to be an ADA spot product, or an ADA spot ETF product here in the US at some point. It's more of a question of when. And maybe people won't like that degree of centralization or institutional money getting in. Guys, that is things that can benefit the industry. If you haven't noticed, from most of these spot Bitcoin ETF products, most of them never dump Bitcoin. If you haven't noticed that. Yes, we're early. Yes, we're still in the accumulation phase, but really think about that. We're talking about entities that are actually backed by big money. And unless all these entities decided to drop their holdings at once to really influence the price of those shares, you're never going to see that big mass bag dumped on the market the way you might see from a whale in crypto that is retail money, right? Really think about that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Love to hear what you think his comments mean for the industry, but I appreciate you guys as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.